Hello, Yellow Jackets. I'm Nigel Sledge.
And I'm Za'Niaya Jackson, and welcome to Around the Dub.
We've got a great show for you today with news from around the Dub, sports, community, and Black history.
Let's get started. First, here's what's happening around the Dub.
The Ladies of Excellence program is going strong, a great way to celebrate achievements and inspire students.
Also, remember to stay on top of your assignments, show respect in the halls, and get involved in clubs and school events.
We all know that we are in the new year, and with the new year comes new goals and visions. One thing people create to showcase these visions are vision boards. Vision boards are small boards where people showcase their goals, whether big or small. Today, the Ladies of Excellence Club are creating vision boards during their club meeting.
I think it's really important for you to have a visual representation of what you want, because if you're able to see your vision clearly, then you're able to more so put in the work that it takes to make those visions come true.
Gets you thinking about your future and helps you plan for everything that may happen in your life. Everybody has a dream, but not everybody always has a plan for it. And I think a vision board is really just a way to keep you motivated.
Like books and basically just like little affirmations to remind myself. I have stuff about water because I want to drink more water, and then I just have affirmations to better myself and to keep going.
So I didn't have any pictures that I wanted from the table, so I'm making my own. But my vision board is mainly focusing about my self-improvement, like how I want to use my time more wisely and not procrastinate. I think that's like the main theme of my vision board 2026.
This is Angel Ellsbury, Around the Dub.
When the final bell rings, the school day ends for most students. For this teacher, the work continues.
Why did you decide to coach in addition to teaching?
Well, I was kind of asked to do it. That wasn't my plan. My original plan was just come teach and then pretty much go home after school. But I was approached by Coach Claudette, the athletic director at the time, and she wanted me to be an assistant basketball coach because of the relationship that I had with the students, and that was pretty much my introduction into coaching. So I was kind of asked to do it. I didn't have any desire at first, but once I started doing it, I really enjoyed what I did. So.
For him, teaching doesn't stop when class ends. It simply takes on a different role after school.
The hardest part of doing both is the time. I spend so much time, like I said, at school, doing math, tutoring, making sure the students have their grades and everything together. I think after school with the coaching, it's the same, making sure they understand the plays, making sure they understand the techniques. To me, that's been the biggest part. Even as the athletic director, that's been my biggest hassle, my biggest issue is just time management. And by time management, I mean just time in general, because things start to kind of blur themselves together. I find myself at school working with athletes that may not necessarily need math help. And then I find myself after school doing practices, working with students that need math help. So I think the biggest thing for me has been just the time and managing that time. But other than that, I love both of them separately, and I love them working together as well.
Balancing the classroom and the team takes time and commitment, but the impact goes far beyond the field and court.
How does coaching strengthen your connection with students?
Just being a math teacher, I feel like my connection is pretty strong with students already. Just being able to break down concepts and different terminology to them. I feel like coaching is no different. Once the students actually see that you know what you're doing, they automatically become connected to you. And they also get to see a different side of you outside of school. You know, I don't really fuss much as a teacher, but as a coach, I take that same passion that I have, and they may see me raise my voice a little bit, yell a little bit, but at the same time, they know it's love and respect there, and I get that from them as well. So just them being able to see me outside of a school setting, I think they really appreciate it, and once they see that I know what I'm talking about, I think that connection becomes a little deeper.
Through sports, students gain confidence, discipline, and trust, lessons that last long after the final bell.
Now, let's talk sports.
Last week was exciting with the Magnet Classic. Our BTW team went up against Lamp again and took home some wins.
And we didn't forget the 2026 Super Bowl has already happened, so it's been an exhilarating week for sports fans.
Also, good luck to all of our athletes as we're gearing up for the 2026 spring season. Next.
BTW had an exciting night on the court against Lamp. The JV boys team started the night off hot with a great first half. They kept that energy going after a big dunk leading to the big win for the team. The girls varsity team kept the game close, showing a lot of improvement since last time. We asked one of the players what she thought about the team's progress. Who am I here with?
Kylan Brady.
Okay, Kylan. Do you think the girls will have a better chance at winning the next time they play Lamp?
I feel like the girls will have a really great chance of winning the next time we play Lamp because the first time we played them, it was a really close game. The score was 14-17, and I feel like as long as we keep our momentum up and we keep a fast pace, we can most definitely beat them.
The boys varsity team kept the momentum going and won by 20 points. Overall, it was a great night for BTW basketball, highlighted by teamwork and winning energy.
Now that the Super Bowl 60 has wrapped up and one of the teams that hosted the Lombardi Trophy, football fans are still talking about the moments that define the game. But for college players, this story isn't just about who won or lost, it's about what showed us about preparation, mindset, and high-pressure performance. What does what we just watched mean for the work going into the spring practice, off-season training, and the next season? To get that perspective, I sat down with college player Jonathan Edwards to break down from this game that sticks with him not as a fan, but as a player. What did this Super Bowl show you about the type of commitment it takes to play at the highest level?
It showed me that you got to be perfect at all levels. You get what you put into the game, so I feel as if it showed me that you got to be dialed in every aspect. You got to be perfect on everything you do, mentally and physically.
What makes an elite quarterback on today's game of football?
I'd say the mental. If you're mentally strong at cornerback and you have that next play mentality, I feel as if you'll be all right and you have the work ethic. But I feel as if the biggest thing is being a quarterback. A cornerback is the mental aspect. You got to be able to get over them humps, have that next play mentality.
What is the key factor of a team making it to the Super Bowl?
I say stand together and injuries. I feel as if you can keep your main guys on the field throughout the entire season, then you'll be all right.
What's something you think most fans overlook in the Super Bowl?
I'd say the mental aspect. Go from preseason to week 1 to Super Bowl, that's a lot on the mind as well as the body. A lot of times we play football. Football is a very physical sport. So they don't understand how drained they are mentally and physically.
The Super Bowl shows us that championships aren't about one play. They're about thousands of reps done the right way. And as the spring practice approaches, that's the standard college players are chasing. The details, the discipline, the work. Thank you.
Next up, community. We turn now to stories that are sparking conversation and making an impact.
From national discussions to issues affecting everyday life, these topics are drawing attention and raising awareness.
Here's a closer look.
Top story this morning, the ongoing anti-ICE demonstrations. So yesterday, hundreds of people gathered outside downtown LA for a peaceful protest, but then hours later there were confrontations.
All's my life I has to fight. All's my life
woman, man, they don't care who you are. You're all under arrest.
Immigrants built this country. They built everything we have.
Have some of these raids gone too far?
No, I think they haven't gone far enough.
Across the country, protests are growing against immigration and customs enforcement, known as ICE. Demonstrators gathered calling for an end to deportations and excusing the agency of separating families and violating human rights. ICE officials say the agency enforces federal immigration law and prioritizes public safety. As protests continue, the debate over immigration enforcement remains at the center of national attention. Lawmakers on both sides of the issue continue to clash over the future of immigration policy. For protesters here today, they say the fight is far from over.
Keith Porter Jr. was a 43-year-old father of two who was fatally shot by an off-duty officer on the night of New Year's Eve in Los Angeles.
If you opened TikTok last week, you probably saw a notification that you could not pass. It was a new set of terms asking you to agree to a massive ownership shift. This comes exactly a year after the app was briefly banned in January 2025. This is being called a move for national security, but not everyone is convinced. ByteDance has handed over control to a US-led group including Oracle and Silver Lake. Although it is now American-owned, many question if the app is safer.
I feel as if our information may still be traced, with Trump and everything. I don't feel like we've ever had a sense of privacy, and they trace our information to help better our For You page, whether it's in a good or positive way.
I do think our information is still being traced. If you send something to one of your friends and it's dealing with the government, it'll restrict how you send it to your friends. You can only send it to one person at a time instead of multiple people. Unlike the other TikToks you can send, and it'll be make sure you know what information you're sending to people. And it's
Did you agree, or were you trying to get back to your For You page?
I was trying to get back to my For You page. I was like, what the heck is this? Because it just came up out of nowhere. And I just clicked agree.
From a complete ban to billion-dollar switch, TikTok is now under new management. I'm Brandon Williams, and this is Around the Dub.
Finally, as we continue honoring Black History Month, we reflect on the leaders whose courage and convictions helped shape history.
From the quiet strength of Claudette Colvin to the powerful voice of Malcolm X, their contributions played a major role in the civil rights movement.
Here's a closer look at their impact and lasting legacy.
Ago, we were called colored and Negro, but I had always heard these stories of all our injustices that was, by neighbors, the minister, and at that time, I don't think we just celebrated it was just legal for a week. It wasn't a full month. But because I went to a segregated school, the faculty members said that we were going to celebrate it for the whole month. Evening, we got out of school early, and so instead of staying on the school campus because nothing was happening, we decided to walk on downtown and browse around. But instead, we saw our bus coming, and so we decided we boarded it. And at that time, there wasn't many people on the bus. For my seat, instead, they asked for the 4 seats for just one lady. So I said, no, that wasn't right. Patrolman came on the bus to the back door and asked me to get up and give this one white lady a seat. And I said, no. And he said, and I said, repeat it. I paid my fare and it's my constitutional rights. Why didn't you get up when the bus driver asked you to get up? I said, you know what? History had me glued to the seat.
Good morning. This is Channel 1 News. Today's broadcast focuses on Malcolm X, a major leader in the civil rights movement and powerful voice for justice and equality.
Malcolm X was born in 1925 as Malcolm Little. Growing up, he faced racism and discrimination at a young age. These experiences shaped his views and later influenced his fights for African American rights. Without these experiences, he would never become an important black figure in black history.
As an adult, Malcolm X became known for his strong speeches and bold ideas. He believed African Americans should have pride, self-respect, and control over their own lives. He also believed education was the key to freedom and empowerment. He urged black communities to rely on themselves and defend their rights rather than wait for chances from others.
During the civil rights movement, Malcolm X inspired many people to stand up against injustice. His message was different from other leaders, but it helped bring attention to struggles many African Americans faced every day. Malcolm X's assassination was in 1965, but his ideas continue to influence people around the world. His words are still studied and discussed till this day. Malcolm X's legacy reminds us of the importance of equality, education, and standing up for what's right. Thank you for watching.
That's all for today's Around the Dub.
Thanks for watching, and make sure to practice excellence in all things.
Have a great week, Yellow Jackets.